second semi-final, the rough and tumble of Powerball, the high and mighty Dogfight, the up and atom Swingshot, the wall, hang tough, and the tough and terrifying Gauntlet. But before they get roaring, let's listen to the jawing from Ulrika Johnson and Jeremy Guscott.
Good evening and welcome to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to our second semi-final. Well, at the end of tonight's show, we'll know who will go through and join Louise Rains and Dave Walter in the grand final of Gladiators 1998.
And that's where they'll be battling it out for this year's fantastic prizes. The winners of Gladiators 1998 will each receive £1,000. Plus, they'll both drive off in one of these unbelievable four-wheel drive trucks. The runners-up, they will also get £1,000. Plus, we will fly them off to the Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island in the Bahamas.
So let's meet the semi-finalists. Tonight they are Maria Ward
and Jane Smith.
What it is you do and where you're from.
I'm originally from Romania. I live in London and I work in a sports centre, Swiss Scottish Sports Centre, as a lifeguard.
Now listen, I know you also play for the Arsenal Girls B team. How did that come about? What made you go into that?
Well, when I was in the orphanage, I used to play football a lot with the girls. And then when I came to England, I just saw an article in one of the magazines and I just went for it. I went for the tryout and I've been playing for B team ever since.
And you enjoy it?
Yeah, I love it.
Now listen, how do you feel about getting to this stage? Because now you're playing for a place in the final of Gladiators. Did you think you would get this far?
Yeah, I was very confident all the way through.
And do you feel confident tonight as well?
Yeah, I'm very confident, and especially because I've got all my favourite games.
Oh, well, that's good. That's something to look forward to. Let's hear it for Maria Ward.
Jane, I see that you've got all your mad supporters down from Sheffield again.
Oh, yeah, they've made it all the way down. They've been brilliant all the way, supported me all the time. Giving up on them every way.
And you've got who are those two lads at the front there? What are they dressed up as?
The Tarzans in the front there, little Sean and Philip. Yeah.
How do you know them?
They're little divers at the diving club. I teach one of them.
Oh, right. So what have you been up to since we saw you last?
Just relaxing, recuperating from my quarter-final. Just taking it easy, really resting up for tonight. Big show tonight.
Do you feel any nerves?
A little bit, you know. It's a big one. If you win this one, then you're on to the big one, so fingers crossed.
OK, well, I think there's going to be a few thousand people with fingers crossed for you. Let's give it up for Jane Smith.
To meet the guys tonight, they are Neil Parsley
and Colm Curran.
Well, Neil, we could stand here for weeks on end and listen to that because they are, without a shadow of a doubt, the noisiest bunch that have been in here.
Oh yes, that's what we want, loads of noise.
So if we hear chants of Neil, must mention your girlfriend Louise because she's been cheering you on like crazy throughout the heats and the quarters and one thing and another. She was a sub as well, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's been great. She's been supporting me all the way. Unfortunately, she didn't get on this year, but she's going to be back next year, she said.
Oh, that's good to hear. Now, how are you feeling about tonight? Because now we're talking about a place in the final, so things are getting a little bit more serious now.
Yeah, they are. I'm just trying to stay like I was the last two times, just try and stay relaxed. Hopefully it'll, you know, pay off again.
Well, let's hope so, because we think you're the herb of the month, Neil Parsley!
Colm, in the quarterfinals, I know your mum and dad were watching from home, but they're here this evening to support you, aren't they?
Yep, thank God, Jeremy. They've made it back over again for the next round. And the rest of the family as well, brothers, Paul and Barry.
Excellent, excellent to see them all. Now, I remember in the quarterfinals, I mean, that was so emotional. I mean, you gave absolutely everything. How much is left?
Well, Jeremy, that was my final. I feel so proud of myself, beating one of the best guys. He is the best guy in this competition. To me, Mark Whitehouse is the man.
Well, you're up against some tough competition with Neil Parsley. How do you think it's going to go?
Well, I'm confident, but as I was saying, my final's already happened. Win or lose, I'm a happy man because I've beat a very strong competitor, Mark.
Oh, that's great to hear. Let's give it up for Colm Curran.
We've met our contenders. Let the semi-final begin.
Scoring with the blue balls, it's Jane. And scoring with the red balls, it's Maria. And they're facing our gladiators, Rebel and Siren.
The Powerball pitch has been the scene of some of the most exciting action on this season of Gladiators. Siren and Rebel will have to pull out all the stops to get close to these two semi-finalists. If Maria Ward looks quietly confident about the next 60 seconds, here's why.
My favorite game in semi-final is Powerball. I've got a big advantage because I play football for Arsenal Ladies Reserve, and it's a very fast game, and I'm gonna go for it.
3, 2, 1. Jane versus Rebel, and Rebel downs her. Maria leaves Siren for dead. 3 points, superb speed from Maria. Maria with the bit between her teeth and Siren's arms around her shoulders for the tackle. Jane caught and crunched by Rebel. That didn't help her leg. Maria regroups, returns to the fray. Maria trying to outstrip Siren, and Siren wins it. Jane looking to outflank Rebel, not this time. Maria locks and loads, tries to dummy Siren, but Siren closes her down. Jane with fast feet. All 2 points before the tackle. Auntie Peggy celebrates that terrific work. Less than halfway through, Jane again. Rebel again. Shuts her down early. Maria with Siren on her, escapes the clutches and grabs another 3. Husband John more than happy with that. Maria again. Can't fend the Siren away this time. Jane with a couple under her belt in the grip of Rebel again. Maria snatches for one final run, and Siren's up to it this time. Good work from the Glads. Maria's quick feet managed to pull 2 centre baskets. The Hooters honk. There are easier ways to warm up for a semi-final. Jane's nan Alice there.
Maria, that was a great start. I mean, you just left Siren for dead.
Yeah, it was a great start, but I've done a few mistakes. I ran into her, so that cost me a lot.
Jane, tough Powerball.
Yeah, it's not one of my favourite games, Powerball. Not rough and ready.
We'll just bring in John Anderson for the scores, please.
Well, a good game, and the girls are absolutely on the ball. 2 points to Jane, 6 points to Maria.
Woo! Let's give it up for Maria and Jane.
Well, it's a bit early to give it up. We've only done one event, and here are the scores to prove it. Maria has 6, Jane 2.
Scoring with the blue balls, it's Colm. Scoring with the red balls, it's Neil. And now up against our gladiators, Vulcan and Hunter.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Hunter's good, Vulcan's bad, and ugly. Colm's brother Paul on the right. Colm Curran from Belfast. That's up well for this. 73 kilos, which divvies up to 11 stones and 7 pounds. Wirral-based Neil Parsley plays professional rugby for Lancashire Lynx. He's 86 kilos, which is 13 stone 8. So Neil, with the sports specialist knowledge and the weight as well, he's against Vulcan and leaves him for dead. Colm with his work cut out against Hunter, though. Dolores, Colm's mum, knows it. Vulcan prevents a second scoring run from Neil, and both guys reload. Colm in blue. Neil's costume we can take as red. Hunter whips Colm away. Vulcan at full stretch, testing that lycra to destruction. The crowd don't like Vulcan, but then who does? Back for more. Hunter closes Colm down. Neil's a blur, but Vulcan somehow sorts him out. Neil reloads. The 18-stone Vulcan just about coping with Neil. Looks like I spoke too soon. 3 points for the centre basket. Neil's brother pleased. Colm again. Oh, tossed away like a ragdoll by Hunter. Dolores figures this isn't going quite as planned. Neil completely out-sprinting Vulcan for 2 more. Takes another red, faces the Vulcan. Oh, Vulcan gets a piece this time. Usual Vulcan time-wasting tactics. Once you've got them, pin them. Neil furious with John Anderson for letting it happen. Rightly so. Colm racing past Hunter, then suddenly he's not. Clock running down. 7-0 to Neil. Pretty much as we'd have expected, given the contenders' weight and experience. Colm easy prey for the vastly talented Huntsman. Dolores and Sean. Dolores not sure what happened there. I think it was called Powerball, Dolores. Neil's sister Katie and girlfriend Louise unimpressed with the Vulcan's method of work.
Breathing hard from the game. Tough game, that Powerball.
Far too small for it. So when these big guys fall on me, it just cripples me.
I mean, Hunter, he didn't give you much space, did he?
He plays safe, but he tackles well. He's not rough with it. He takes it down like a proper rugby tackle, so I'm happy enough with that.
Fair's fair.
Yep.
Neil, quite a good result for you, mate.
Yeah, enjoy that
one. What words of encouragement was Vulcan giving you? You enjoyed it?
Love that one, yeah, I enjoy that.
Well, let's see how much you can enjoy it by bringing in John Anderson with the scores.
Well, Colm had a really hard time. Hunter made it tough for him and no points. But Neil roasted Vulcan 7 points.
Woo! Let's give it up for Colm and Neil.
The taunt is easy, but it's never easy against the Gladiators. Neil will have the bruises tomorrow to prove it.
Well, it has to be said, Hunter, that there was a size difference between you and Colm.
Yeah, Colm's a little bit smaller than me, but, you know, the smaller they are, the faster they are, so I had to kick in a little bit. I know he's very quick. I was trying to be like a nice rush all over him, but I kept having this 18-stone Hulk in front of me. He was in my way a little bit.
Yeah, it's a pretty scarf, but I have to tell you, 7-0 is pretty bad.
You know, I cannot believe this. All you pommies who can never play football anyway, and all these girls over here, shut up!
Charmed, I'm sure.
He's a horrible man. He's a horrible man.
One of the memorable duets, Hunter and Ulrika there. And Vulcan has done so much for Anglo-Australian relations in the time he's been here. What's it like to be loved? After one event, Neil off the mark with 7, Colm yet to score.
It's Maria. And she's facing Vogue.
Contender ready! Ready to go! Ready!
Well, while they're going up, let's have a rundown of the stats. Vogue, an impressive 68 kilos. And in English, that's 10 stone 10. Against Romanian-born Maria Ward, who's just 55 kilos, 8 stone 9 pounds. The airships are on their battle runs, Vogue driving the red, Maria piloting the blue. It's half a minute of aerial conflict. Vogue late to unhook her club, takes an opening salvo from Maria. A clean whack to the chest plate will spark off the fireworks. 2 strikes and you're out of there. Maria will score 5 for her first hit, 10 if she floors the Vogue. And Maria using everything she can to keep Vogue in her place. Her fans as passionate as any. And Maria working well and scores 5. Vogue with 1 life left and 10 seconds to hang on. John seriously content with that situation. Maria swinging well, determined to get the job done. Good combination of attack and defence. This is going to be a great 5-point win for Maria, smacking them home right up until the end. And the family applaud her industry. Maria laying into Vogue, then changes tack for a tap and a tickle to register 5.
Next up, it's Jane. And she's facing Rio. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Ready to go! Ready! Let's go!
Among Jane's family, there are more green fingers than you get on Gardner's World. But Jane's nan could be a troublemaker, figuratively speaking. Rio shapes up well, weighs in at 79 kilos, 12 stone 7 according to my calculator. And a look at Jane's numbers will show she's 64 kilos, 10 stones. When they come for the attack, Rio in the red airship, Jane to work first, half a minute of cat and dog fighting 50 feet above the arena floor. Jane scored 5 against Fox in her last fight, and Rio relentless attacker. Jane jabbing her club home with greater accuracy. Rio can't be caught on the hop as she's to avoid the drop. Oh, first strike to Rio. Jane's on borrowed time. If she takes a second hit, she's out. Jane raising her game. Oh, gets one back, 5 points. Time running down. Can she take the 10? Both girls are tiring. The combat has been absolutely relentless. And the hooter blows. 5 points to Jane. Jane's Auntie Peggy twirling on her rattle. And here's why. Rio was attacking hard but left just enough chest plate exposed for Jane to sneak in that 5-pointer. Good work from the contender. 11-7 the score after 2 events.
Getting ready to swing into action, it's Neil! Also raring to go, it's Colm! And they'll be facing our gladiators, Diesel and Wolf! Over to John Anderson.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1!
Colm leaps against Diesel. Neil in red, higher than anyone. Two-fisted for the Blues. Colm with a face full of yellow. 1 point, deposits his load. Neil with rich-picking brings 4 points worth of Blues back to his basket. The Glad's launch. Colm again takes a yellow at Diesel's expense. This a test of his legs, arms and teeth. Free swing for Neil. Snatches a yellow. Flies back to his perch with no sign of the Wolfman. The hound caught napping that time. Diesel parries Colm away. Nothing to bank this time. Neil again. Good bounce. No Wolf. Stretches for a blue. The Wolf handing in these points on a plate. Neil back to his launch platform. Colm faring less well against Diesel. Neil again, this time Wolf decides to join him. Neil scrumps a yellow, but loses it on the recoil. Wolf commits. Oh, good timing. But Neil is higher, plenty to pick, but nothing to take. Colm with a great jump helps himself to another single pointer, and that will just about do it for this swing shot. Exceptional jumping from both contenders. Colm still fired up, but desperately unhappy with his 3. Brother Barry spreads the word. Colm's opening was impressive. Picked a yellow with style to open his account. But Neil's start was sensational, and you don't often see this on Swingshot. He gets great height, he's both hands working, he picks off 2 blues and actually gets back to the bank with both in hand.
Colm scores 3 points. And Neil 7. And let's hear it for our gladiators, Diesel and Wolf.
2 down, 3 to go. Neil leads 14 points to 3.
There's still plenty of points on offer for our contenders in this, our second semi-final. So join us for more action here on Gladiators.
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to part 2, where we're just about to kick off with our next event. To the wall, it's Maria. She's going to be chased by Lightning. Also getting ready to climb, it's Jane. She's going to be pursued by Vogue. Rematch.
The smile that lights up the screen. The Lightning strikes a sensational pose. To post these stats, 57 kilos, 9 stones exactly. The Roman numeral 5 is how many pounds she is heavier than Maria. Maria in pink scored 10 against Lightning in her heat. Jane in yellow scored 10 in her quarter-final against Vogue. 7-second head start, Lightning after Maria. Vogue chasing Jane, and Jane is struggling with that overhand. Maria heading for the chimney. Lightning very fast on the wall, so's Vogue, but can't get a handle on Jane. Lightning alongside Maria, but Jane head and shoulders above the rest. Vogue trying to close it down, but Jane's good for 10. Great climb by her. Does the double over Vogue. Her dad and boyfriend celebrate that success. And Lightning gets a piece of Maria, grabs a gusset, and that means trouble. And hauls her from the wall. Revenge for Lightning. No points for Maria. John disappointed.
Jane, the wall a favourite event for you?
It was. I was against Vogue in the last heat, so it was a bit of a, we'll just catch me this time, yeah. But fortunately for me, I made it up, though. She didn't catch me. Nearly. Not quite.
You made it up. You scored 10 points. Woo!
Maria found herself stuck up the chimney long enough for Lightning to get a purchase on the strapping, and once Lightning's got a purchase on your strapping, you can kiss your points goodbye. Maria proved a two-handed job, but the victory was Lightning's, high and mighty. After 3 events, Maria stays on 11. Jane hits the front with 17.
Into the men's event with Neil. And he's going to be chased by Ace. Also contemplating the wall, it's Colm. He's being pursued by Hunter.
Neil's scored well so far, but he's taking nothing for granted.
My opponent in the semi-final is Colm. He's a real fiery sort of character. Always got a smile on his face. Real nice guy. Good competitor. A little bit different in stature, but we're both pretty fast. So it should be a real good show.
Colm also knows he's got his work cut out.
My next opponent is Neil Parsley. I think we're reasonably well matched. Now, I'm a lot smaller and a lot lighter, but reasonably on the same type of speed over the Eliminator. So hopefully it'll be a good show and reasonably close.
Colm in blue got well beaten by Hunter last time on the wall. Neil in red never climbed in competition before. Ace is poised for the chase to begin. Neil in serious trouble. Mere formality for Ace. Hardly has to stretch up. Hunter's next. Took all of 8 seconds to finish the pair of them. Not many walls on the rugby pitch, so Neil paid for his lack of experience. And Colm gave Hunter a little more to do, but not enough to make him work up a sweat. After 3 events, Neil stays on 14, Colm on 3.
Our first female contender is Maria. And she's up against Fox.
Fox, a hang-tough cookie, measures up nicely. 67 kilos, which, as I'm sure you know, amounts to 10 stone 8 pounds.
Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Eliminator ready! 3, 2, 1!
So Fox swings out, secure in the knowledge that she's undefeated on Hang Tough. And this is Maria's swing debuting competition, a minute's worth of ring cycle drama. 10 points if Maria makes it to Fox's platform, and Maria could do with those points at the moment. Tentative swinging from Maria, but her direction needs adjusting. She's heading straight into trouble. Fox opens them up and snaps them shut. The scissors to cut her down. Maria hanging on for grim life. Outside the scoring zone, couldn't be worse for her. Fox joins her on the white ring. Great shove straight from Maria, but Fox works the fingers and Maria's out of there. Made Fox work to get her down, but Fox was up to it. Maria, a highly popular contender with everyone, gives her all. Time to join our man with the mic, Jeremy Guscott.
Bit unlucky there, he just swang right into the clutches of Fox.
Yeah, I did want to go left and right because it's danger area, and I was going to go straight, but she was fast.
She was there waiting for you, unfortunately. Fox, good game for you.
Very good, yeah. I haven't been defeated in that game before, so just got to keep a cool head. She was very tough up there, though. I really had to try and get her fingers off. She was really hanging in for dear life, but I got her in the end.
Well, you keep up your record. Let's hear it for Fox and Maria.
Hello, you can get arrested for that. Here's the end of Maria. Fox gets a good grip with her legs, but Maria won't be intimidated. Fox joins her on the ring, but that won't shift her. So Fox resorts to the finger work to get the result she wants. Maria's had enough, and who can blame her?
Our second female contender is Jane. And she's facing Vulcan.
Falcon, another 100% hang tough expert. Jane Smith from Eccleshall, aware of what she's up against in this event.
During the heats and the quarterfinals, I've not yet had hang tough. I know I've got that in the semi-final, so I'm really looking forward to that. In training, it was going quite well. You know, it's quite technical, especially when all the rings start swinging around. You know, you're losing a bit of space. You have to fight for it. So I'm just going to avoid the Gladiator, hopefully get across to the other side and score 10 points.
3, 2, 1!
Well, Jane's got the theory right. Can she put it into practice? Well, the Falcon has other ideas, specialises in the quick finish. And Falcon, an anagram of no flack, and she won't take any from anyone. Jane has a degree in physical education. Let's hope Falcon doesn't teach her another lesson right now. Falcon is looming, and Jane needs to be holding a red ring by the time up Hootergees to score 5. Moves left to bypass Falcon, but Falcon will have none of it. And a great interception from the Gladiator. Doesn't hang around. Oh, and neither does Jane. A great win for the Falcon. Jane's brother and girlfriend Marie knew it was inevitable. Falcon escorts Jane from the mat for another interview.
Jane shows some good skills out there with the traversing, but Falcon just followed you everywhere.
Of course, she caught me up in the end. I thought I had it when I went across and I could get past her, but then her legs just swooped round me and caught me.
She was there in a flash. Falcon, like a bird of prey, you swooped in there.
That's right. She did well, though. She traversed and nearly got away from me. Luckily, I turned round and she swung into me, so a good game, though, Jane. Well done.
Great words of praise from a Gladiator. Let's give it up for Falcon and Jane.
Falcon, always full of praise and encouragement for the contenders, knows how well they've done to get this far. After 4 events, Maria stays on 11, while Jane remains on 17.
Our first male contender is Neil. And he's up against the one and only Saracen.
What can I say? One of the best in the business, the legendary Saracen, now in his 7th season and still as exceptional as ever. A look at these figures will prove the facts. 111 kilos, a monstrous 17.5 stones in weight. The Saracen has checked the records to see that Neil's last swing was in his heat against Wolf. That time the Wolf won, so Saracen knows he needs to repeat that exercise. Neil swinging head-to-head with Saracen, not the wisest move he could make. That look from Sarah says it all. Neil's for the chop and no mistake. Sarah gets it sorted in under 20 seconds. Does his job with a minimum of fuss. Neil's safe and well. Colm's fans pleased with that result, but as the old proverb says, when Sarah's in town, they all go down.
Neil, your gestures there probably say it all. It's kind of, what can I do?
Yeah, not much stuff like that one, really.
You started off a bit tentative. I thought, did you really enjoy yourself out there?
I was just happy to get to the middle, still holding on.
And when Neil got to the middle, the one and only Sarah, you were there waiting for.
I was there. It's the semi-finals now. These guys are a bit shaky. I took advantage of that. I came over pretty quickly, and I think I took him a bit by surprise. He held on for a while, but he couldn't hold on to the body weight. I mean, good luck to the guy. He did very well.
Well said. Let's give it up for Neil and Saracen.
Everyone, baby, and that's me.
Well, we didn't doubt it for 1 minute. Neil's fans undeterred.
Our second male contender is Colm. And he's facing Cobra.
Cobra, another king of the rings, court jester, occasionally caught short, but usually winds up a hang-tough hero. Colm's mum and girlfriend, mum feeling the tension loving her. A swift look at the stats reveals that the snake is 92 kilos, 14 stone 7. Some of that weight is just his teeth. Colm has taken 5 hang-tough points off Wolf and 5 off Hunter. Neither a mean feat, but Cobra determined to stop the rot. Colm's brothers, Paul and Barry, just hope Cobra fails. Oh, massive swings from Cobra. Covers a quarter of the rigging in one swoop. Colm's got himself into all sorts of trouble. One ring already. Cobra joins him on the white rings. Will Colm hold on? I wouldn't hold your breath. Oh, Cobra downs him. Colm's mum, Dolores, is mortified. Sentiment not shared by them. Cobra and Colm wade their way to the edge of the match, and Dolores had floods of tears. The tension has finally worn her down.
I know you're disappointed, but you missed the ring and you were waiting, just waiting, hanging around, ready to be picked off.
Yeah. That's where it goes. It's not going to plan. I'm annoyed, but let me tell you, Neil, you better be fast, boy, because see, when I'm on this Eliminator, 114's going to be slow, believe me.
Hard words spoken. Cobra, a good win for you.
Well, I've never felt so guilty in the last 7 years of Gladiators because me and Callum, we got some of the same friends. Belfast, Northern Ireland is my favourite place in the whole of Great Britain. And I hope he does really well in the Eliminator. And I feel really guilty, believe it or not.
Well, still a win. Let's give it up for Cobra and Colm.
Callum, Colm, call him what you will. Cobra in a rare moment of seriousness. Colm lost all momentum, desperately trying to kickstart his swing, but Cobra saw it and was at him like a demon. And on Gladiators, mistakes are made to be punished without mercy. Goodbye. clean sheets all round from the Glads. After 4 events, Neil remains on 14. Colm stays on 3.
First up to run the gauntlet, it's Maria. And tonight she faces Rio, Rebel, Siren, Vogue, and Falcon. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
2 runs and 2 lots of 10 points to her credit. Can Maria make it a triple treat on Gauntlet? Rio tries to put the brakes on, but Maria bypasses her with ease. Rebel steams in. All caught very square. Siren with a ramrod. Maria battling through. Pin to the wall. Maria barges Siren back. Siren in Vogue section. Vogue next. Maria sizes her up. Oh, sells her a dummy. Slipped through with ease. Can Falcon save the Gladiators? Blushes yet again. Even the Vulcan can't hold this magnificent contender. 10 points with 3.5 seconds left on the clock. Husband John was delighted.
For a wee person, you managed to get through that quite easily. In fact, you just breezed through past Rebel, and you gave as good as you got.
Yeah, I'm very pleased. It was tougher than last time, but I managed to go through, so I'm very pleased about that.
You managed to go through with 3 seconds remaining. You desperately needed some points. 10 points. Well done, Maria.
The best Gauntlet performer in Gladiator history. 3 runs, 3 lots of 10 points, and a standing ovation from Jean and John, her in-laws, and of course, hubby John.
Next up against our Gladiators, it's Jane. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2.
This is Jane's first ever run down the avenue of broken dreams. She's had the benefit of watching a masterclass by Maria. Question is, can she emulate it? Rio keeping the barrier down and behaving like a doctor's receptionist. No, you're not getting in. Back to where she came from, and time is running down. Clearly the only way to beat these Glads is with cunning and speed rather than running and strength. Rebel's turn to make amends for that embarrassment against Maria. Jane shouldering away into Siren's section. The clock's going to win this race against time. Siren putting the stops on any progress. That hooter, music to her ears. Brother Andrew, along with her mum and dad, Jenny and Julian, just grateful she's in one piece.
Such a great shame. I think you spent almost 20 seconds with Rio there.
Yeah, I really got to the end there. She just pushed me all the way back and I had to start all over again. Very tough.
It was a very, very tough one. Can I just clarify with Andy, how many points did she pick up?
Clear 2 sections, 2 points.
2 points. Let's hear it for Jane. Well done. Not bad at all.
While Andrew gives us a blast on the horn, let's review the semi-final scores. Maria has 21 points, Jane has 19.
So we now move into the men's event with Neil. And tonight, he's facing Rhino, Ace, Wolf, Diesel, and Vulcan.
A horrible prospect if ever there was one.
Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
This a crucial crunch match for both contenders. Rhino blasted away by Neil. Ace tries to get to work with a pad, skittled over by Neil. Wolfman is next, disposed of with ease. Diesel completely wrong-footed. Finally, it's Vulcan. Bit of WWF from Vulcan as he tries to ride him across the line. But Neil still gets 10 points. 19.5 seconds. Magnificent Neil Parsley. Louise can't believe the Vulcan's behaviour. Neither can Wolf, severely rebuking Vulcan for that dreadful gamesmanship. John Anderson in the middle of it. Ulrika cowering in the background. Who can blame her? Neil's dad, Joe, loving every minute of it. And Vulcan's calmed down, puts his false teeth back in.
That's the first one. Look at it, it's yellow. The next time, you're inside on a red card.
Oh, he's overdue. Vulcan rightly chastised by the referee. Matty, Neil's brother, very happy with that result.
Everyone's with you on this one. Bad behaviour from the Vulcan again.
That doesn't bother me. I got through. That's all I wanted to do.
Well, as far as I'm aware, the stopwatch stopped at around 22 seconds or something like that. That ain't bad.
Phew, that'll do for me.
Well done!
Louise with more power to her elbow. Neil scored 10 in his quarter-final and now clocks up 10 in his semi. The Parsley fans, a sea of smiles, and he's certainly given them something to shout about.
Against our Gladiators, it's Colm. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
Colm needs 10 points from this at all costs. Oh, Rhino smashes him almost out of the gauntlet. Colm rolling and Rhino's rucking. Now he's out the other side. Ref's blown up to stop this pillar-to-post pasting.
Thank you.
There are 21 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Colm, too eager at the start, gets a power pad in the face for his trouble.
That's a whistle. Okay, wait for it.
Colm wasting a second by jumping the whistle. Brother Paul transfixed.
20 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Colm first his ace, jumps the gun, but Colm stops himself immediately.
I'm not going to tell you again. Wait for the whistle.
Come on, Colm, take your time.
There are 20 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
This time he's away, all rebuffed by Ace. Sliding along the floor. Wolf needs to work low. Good solid ramrod skills from Wolf. Colm side to side. Colm crawling his way under Wolf in sheer desperation. Surely that's against the rules, ref.
You're trying to crawl between my legs,
Come
Come on.
Will I make a decision?
Sorry.
Back here. You're not allowed to crawl.
This is turning into a nightmare for Colm.
8 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Colm versus Wolf, round 2. Colm high. Jumps the Wolfman. Diesel stops Colm in his tracks. Working with the buffers. The time is going to run out. Disappointed. Well, he's there.
I can imagine I'm probably the last person you want to see right now.
Nothing to say, Eureka. It's just not happening for me tonight. I'm getting very aggressive. I'm losing it. I'm going before the whistle. John, I don't mean to do that. I'm just anxious. This means everything to me. You really don't know. You don't understand. What does it mean to me?
You're in desperate needs of some points before we get into the Eliminator. Now, you managed to pick up 3. I know that's not great for you, Colm, but you've got to stay focused now because all that stands between you and a place in the final is the Eliminator. Anything can happen in the Eliminator. Everyone here in the arena is behind you. Go backstage now and focus. Let's hear it for Colm. Come on.
Ulrika magnificent, telling Colm to stay focused for the big finish still to come. Dolores still sobbing. These displays of emotion have never been seen before on Gladiators. Colm exits to the locker room to pull himself together.
If you want to play rough and tough, this is our arena. Expect this.
Well, he can't argue with that. Colm's brother Paul can't contain his frustration either. Go on, use your sleeve. It started going badly wrong or pear-shaped after Ace's section. Wolf slammed shut the door, forced him from side to side, and then suddenly Colm emerged in the only place in the arena more frightening than the gauntlet itself. Wolf's bow legs. After 5 events, Neil has 24, Colm has 6.
Well, as we saw there, the emotion getting to Colm, but our contenders have really got to keep their heads, stay focused, because all that stands between them and a place in the final is the Eliminator. Join us after the break here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's Eliminator time. Now, in the women's event, Jane is on 19 points, Maria's on 21 points. That's a 2-point difference, giving Maria a 1-second head start. Jeremy.
Maria, could you just tell us what exactly you're thinking right now?
What I'm thinking is to go for it, because Jane, she's very fast contender. She had the best time on the Eliminator, and it's going to be tough.
It certainly is, Jane. The moment of truth.
Yeah, 1 second's not very much. It's going to be head-to-head. It's going to be a really good fight. May the best woman win in the end.
I wish you both the best of luck, and I'll see you at the other end. Over to John Anderson.
Maria, you will go on my first whistle. Jane, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
A second in Gladiator time is no time at all. Maria Ward versus Jane Smith at stake, a place in the grand final. Maria's fastest eliminator timed at 1 minute 31. Jane's at 1 minute 24. Up and over the top. London-based Maria, a lifeguard by profession. Jane dives for England, but there's not a drop of water in sight to help them round this eliminator course. Side by side onto the rope. Jane gets the better climb, hits the front, sladder next. Maria's mother-in-law, Jean, wringing her hands there. Jane will finish the ladder first. The span across the chasm of lost souls is followed by the swing over Death Valley. Maria with an untidy finish. Jane extends her lead. The agonising cargo net. Jane strong on the climb. Aerobics instructor from Sheffield. Can she steal the glory? Maria, orphaned in Romania, made a tremendous new life for herself in this country. She'll top the net in second place. Zip time for Jane. What terrors will the graveyard hold for either of these girls? Splashes down as Maria starts her slide. Oh, suicide dismount to claw back some time there. Jane into the seesaw section. Maria tackles her first test of balance. Jane for a place in the grand final of Gladiators 98 attacks the Travelator. Oh, smoothly to the top. Jane Smith, a finalist on Gladiators. But let's also salute Maria Ward, an incredible contender, crawls up the last inches of rolling road. She's done herself and her new family proud.
Jane, you've done it! You've got through to the final!
This is an expert score. It's been brilliant. I kept pushing all the way. I'm exhausted.
You flew around the Eliminator in 1 minute 17 seconds. Awesome.
Brilliant. That's my fastest time so far.
When you passed Maria, did you think that was it, or do you think she'd challenge and come again?
I was a bit concerned about the cargo net. I just kept pushing up. Once I got to the top, that was it. I just kept going, and it paid off.
It certainly did. You've been fantastic. You're through to the final. You've got a guaranteed £1,000 now. That's good news. Let's give it up for Jane Smith.
The disappointment you must be feeling. It was head-to-head almost all the way.
I know. I knew she's fast. I messed up on the cargo net, and she just went for it. Well done to her.
And extremely well done to you, Maria, because you've come a long way. You made it through to the semi-finals here on Gladiators, and that's not easily done. You've had great supporters behind you here now, and we would like to take this opportunity to wish you the very best of luck in future. And it's been great to have you on the show. Let's hear it for Maria Ward.
And Maria gratefully accepts the acclaim of the crowd. The flowers and her medal attest to the fact that she is a great contender and a remarkable young woman. Jane was still plenty of energy, nearly strangles boyfriend Andy. Next comes her dad, Julian. Maria consoled by her husband John, wearing the football shirt of Romania as a tribute to his exceptional wife. In the fastest women's eliminator contest, Jane Smith smashed her existing record by almost 7 seconds. On to the head-to-head clash in the men's eliminator. Neil's 18-point lead will give him a massive 9-second lead at the start.
Of tonight has really got to you. Are you feeling pretty focused now?
All I can say is just can't wait to go home, really.
Well, I mean, I know you've got the head start, but you know as well that this is the time when you just can't relax or sit back on your laurels. You've really got to go for it.
No, I can't make any mistake. Keep my head on it. Stay focused.
All right. Well, the very best of luck to the two of you, and we'll see you both at the end. Over to John Anderson.
And there's nothing more painful than sitting back on your laurels.
You will go on my first whistle. Colm, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Neil Parsley from the Wirral, professional rugby player for the Lancashire Lynx, mountain biking and athletics amongst his hobbies, so he's well equipped to cope with this course, net climb. Curran, fitness instructor from Belfast, hobbies, gymnastics and swimming, equally well armed to tame this gruesome Eliminator. His brother Paul and Barry with him every step of the way. Neil to the bike. Fires up the pedals. Sister Katie can hardly stand the tension. Colm, powerful climb up the rope as Neil finishes the bike. And the gap closing as the trapeze takes him to the net. Father Joe, Mother Dawn know the lead is diminishing. Colm is pedalling. Dolores and Imelda giving it plenty. Neil on the net, slower than he'd like, but Neil will top it just as Colm starts his climb. Brother Barry with fearsome encouragement, giving it large. Neil to the top of the zip, can't afford one mistake. Oh, he made one. Terrible landing by Neil, somehow escapes unscathed. Colm on the zipper. Can a miracle happen? Imelda and Dolores hope so. Neil off the first seesaw needs to keep his head now, or all will be lost. He's blown the second seesaw. Disaster for Neil. Katie can't watch. Second seesaw again. Can't afford the same mistake twice. Travelator gambles up like a newborn lamb, but just makes the summit. Neil Parsley into the final of Gladiators. Colm on the fast track to nowhere. The Parsley can't start to party. Girlfriend Louise embracing Neil's sister Katie. Colm again on the Hell's Highway, and he gets the job done. Colm Curran from Belfast, a truly spirited contender.
Neil Parsley, you're through to the final of Gladiators in 1998. But you nearly lost it, you fool.
Oh, what a nightmare that second beam's causing me. Oh.
Too much excitement, perhaps, by that stage. I mean, your legs must be shaking too.
Yeah, burn it. Well.
But I have to say, Colm was right behind you, or alongside you almost.
He was flying, wasn't he? Oh, tried to get through that paper.
I bet you were. Now listen, my only concern is, do you really have to bring that rabble with you next time?
Definitely. How good are they?
They're fantastic. Everybody, here's Herb of the Month, Neil Parsley!
Colm, your mum and dad are here from Northern Ireland. You've got your supporters here as well. They can be very, very proud of you and what you performed and how you performed this evening. Listen to that roar, man. They all love you.
I love them too, Jeremy. All I can say is, I've come here. It has been my dream. It's time to move on to something else.
Colm, you epitomise what Gladiators is all about, certainly the contender side of things. It's been great having you. Good luck with the future. Let's hear it for Colm Curran. Well done, big fella.
What a great guy, passionate to the core. Colm Curran, his family should be proud. Neil has plenty to smile about. A coveted place in the final. Flowers for his nan, Winnie. And sister Katie will be the next to receive a hug from a finalist. Colm there with his granny, Lizzie. Next comes Imelda, then Mum, Dolores. But there we must leave these emotional family scenes to tell you about Neil's Eliminator time. More than 10 seconds slower than Dave Walter's current fastest record.
So Jane joins Louise and Neil joins Dave.
Wow, we've lined up a fabulous final. Don't miss it. Join us here on Gladiators.
Good luck.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
And we've some more adrenaline-fueled Sunday night action for you when Ulrika returns with more Gladiators new to challenge next. Over on Pick, tree-climbing canines, an Arctic fox and a majestic grey wolf. It's dogs, an amazing animal family.